In recent years, Dagestan has carved its name as the place producing some of the most dominant fighters in the world of MMA. The legacy of dominance started by the former UFC stalwart Khabib Nurmagomedov has been very well carried forward by the up-and-coming Dagestani fighters. Umar Nurmagomedov, Usman Nurmagomedov, and Magomed Ankalaev are just some of the names from a humongous pool of dominance produced by the region. Currently, the Dagi boy to take the MMA world by storm after Khabib is none other than Islam Makhachev. To those who don't know, Islam is Khabib's childhood friend and protégé. Both of them trained under Khabib's late father, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov. None of us is any stranger to the sheer dominance exhibited by the Eagle inside the cage. All of his opponents knew exactly what his game plan was going to be coming into the fight, yet they failed to do anything against him. Such was the mastery of his craft. And now the current UFC lightweight champion is going in his footsteps to achieve the greatness his friend achieved a few years ago. Those who have seen Khabib and Islam fight know that stylistically they are very similar. Both have the tremendous capability on the ground and can easily submit even the finest of submission artists. Just look at how Makhachev obliterated Charles Oliveira to take the 155-pound belt back to Dagestan. Oliveira, a BJJ guy that no one wanted to go to the ground against, had earlier submitted beasts like Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje, to name a few. As soon as he met Makhachev, his ground game didn't work. Not only Islam got the better of him on the ground, but he also had the perfect response to Oliveira's crisp striking. The result? Makhachev won the belt after squeezing the life out of Du Bronx in the second round, all while accumulating little to no damage himself. While this fight shot Makhachev to insane fame and championship glory, he had always been a dominant guy inside the cage. Whether striking or wrestling, he always seemed to have the upper hand.
Can Islam actually be better than you, Khabib? Is that possible?
Definitely it's possible,
The Eagle and his head coach, Javier Mendez, have even gone as far as saying that Makhachev is a better fighter than Khabib.
I don't think there's anybody, in my opinion, better than Khabib. I still don't. Islam Makhachev, in my opinion, can do more than any lightweight I've ever seen. He's good on the ground. He's good on throws. He's good at kicking. He's good on boxing. He's good on defense. He's got great mental IQ. The guy's got it all, as far as the attributes of a great fighter that has all the tools.
If this is true, then the lightweights in the UFC are there to be terrorized for a long time. Just look at Khabib. He was untouchable. And now there's another fighter that's even better than him? These poor lightweights can't seem to catch a break. However, before Oliveira, many fighters crumbled under the Dagestani pressure exerted by the champ. Let's have a look at some of them. Dan Hooker. Before fighting the Brazilian, Makhachev faced another notable opponent, Dan Hooker. But even before Hooker could pose any threat to the Dagestani, he made quick work of him with Kimura in a little under 2.5 minutes. Those who watched that bout know how painful it was for the hangman and how dominant Makhachev was in that fight. While some might credit Islam's easy victory to Hooker taking the fight on short notice, it is still impressive how he managed to manhandle a guy his size with such ease. Drew Dober. Another great fight where Makhachev effortlessly ragdolled his opponent. In the fight where the champ secured a scintillating third-round submission victory via arm triangle choke, he successfully took Dober down 3 out of 4 times. The Russian also outstruck his adversary with a steep margin where he landed 102 strikes to Dober's mere 14. With a cage control time of over 9 minutes, he easily smothered his opponent in the third, improving his record to 19-1. His sheer dominance was on full display during his outing against the American. While he won every minute of the fight, his sheer dominance persuaded one judge to score the second round 10-8 in his favor. People can question as much as they want about Makhachev's lack of experience against elite fighters. However, they can't overlook the way he manhandles whoever dares to step inside the octagon against him. Bobby Green. Bobby Green, another victim of Islam Makhachev's elite-level grappling, this fight is a huge eye-opener for those who think Islam can only submit people on the ground. Lo and behold, he can also show you hell with his excruciatingly painful ground and pound. Bobby Green's fight is the perfect example. Coming into the fight, it was evident Green didn't stand a chance against him, despite his great boxing. After all, he was the replacement for an injured Benil Dariush, who was originally scheduled to face the Dagestani champ. As soon as the fight started, it went down the same trajectory as most of Khabib and Islam's fights. He waited for the perfect opportunity to take Green down, and as soon as he did, it was only a matter of time before he battered him with his ruthless ground strikes. Again, Green was a late replacement, but tell me who takes people down like this with such ease? Honorable mention, Gleison Tibau. The shortest fight of Makhachev's pro career, this fight didn't even last a minute. While he didn't get an opportunity to take the other man down, he sure flatlined him to some other dimension. What makes this victory even more notable is the fact that Tibau is said to be Khabib's toughest opponent ever, and Islam made such quick work of him that he didn't even need to score a takedown over him. Or we should rather say, he didn't get the time to take Tibau down. Islam went from Sambo specialist Makhachev to KO artist Makhachev in this bout. Seemed more like a revenge plan against Tibau for all the troubles he gave his brother Khabib. This also sent a chilling warning throughout the division that Khabib's protégé can strike as well. He's dangerous everywhere, and that's what we saw when he entered the octagon for the belt, which was once his friend's. Love him for his dominance, or hate him for his so-called lack of experience against top-notch fighters, it's really hard to see a fighter like Makhachev who is good everywhere in a sport where you can lose in so many ways.